Mark Fidrich. Now, each time he gets the ball back, you'll see him mumble a couple of words to the ball.
The first man ever to pitch 5 career no-hitters.
Touch 'em all, Joe!
I don't believe what I just saw!
And it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a bare-handed catch!
Ricky goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it!
Leaps high in the air, and he's got it! An incredible catch by the King!
And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
Welcome to another season of This Week in Fantasy Baseball. In this special preseason episode, we'll check out the results of the Brooklyn Zoo 2007 draft, which happened this morning. Who were the winners and who were the losers, and what can we expect in the weeks ahead? All this and more on This Week in Fantasy Baseball. Though the season doesn't officially begin until April 1st, April Fool's Day came early for the 12 managers of the Brooklyn Zoo League as we went through 28 grueling rounds of fantasy baseball draft, picking some of the crappiest players nobody's ever heard of just to round out the ridiculously huge rosters in this league. But now the teams are set, and pretty much the season will be decided by who picked the best players. Just like you can't make a gourmet meal without the right ingredients, you can't win a fantasy baseball league without the right ball players. You can fantasize, but reality is you can't win unless you picked good guys in the draft. Basically, the team with the most Ramirez's wins in fantasy baseball, and this year that team was the Throbbing Gyro Balls, who managed to land both Hanley and Manny Ramirez. Credit should also go to Bong Hits for Jesus, who managed to pick up some boring players who have good stats even if they have no soul. Kashmir Ferocity wins for style. However, her players seem to be likely candidates for injuries and or suspensions for steroid use. And now for the part of the show we call What's Your Fantasy? This week's fantasy comes from an anonymous IP address in California.
A stranger in a scary mask enters my apartment, sits down at my computer, and starts making roster changes. He's typing so hard, I think he might break my keyboard. The intruder is adding and dropping my players. He's picking up mediocre and injured Yankees pitchers, Jeff Karstens, Humberto Sanchez, Mike Myers. I don't care if they don't pitch very much, it just feels so good. A Smurf suckles the teeth of a giant. And then I wake up.
As Judith Butler points out, no norm can operate on a subject without the activation of fantasy, and more specifically, the phantasmatic attachment to ideals that are at once social and psychic. Food for thought as we enter Week 1 of the fantasy baseball season.